people come in my gallery and go, is that fake? Is that Photoshop? Is that, you know, what is that? How did you layer this? But literally, this is one shot. It took me 5 years to get this shot. What this is taking an elevation at 14,000 feet, which is on the Big Island of Hawaii, on top of Mauna Kea. So you get the perfect clear skies. Up there, it's so cold, it usually freezes at night.
Yeah,
There's already like over, I think there's like 10 to 14 observatories from all over the world. So all these countries have these observatories. I've met so many people up there and talked about science and light. So what I did is I took an old box camera. Imagine this is a 4x5 glass slide built in the 1900s. In the 1900s, before film came about, they used glass slides. I used that to start taking pictures of what they were seeing in deep space. So I took a pinhole box camera, got a 4x5 glass slide that's a 1/16 of an inch. Now I have this box camera. What am I going to do with it? I got to move it. I'm taking a 12-minute exposure, so the camera literally is going 360 degrees on one motor. So at first, the track is 12 feet long. Imagine that every minute is equal to about a foot. So I started at the ground because I'm taking the moon rise. So 360 degrees is one motor that's keeping the camera moving with her. We're going about 360 degrees. Now the moon is going in a completely different direction and different speed. So the camera's still moving at 360 degrees. The second motor is pushing up the track, which is angled for the moon. That motor's moving it slightly also. So you got two sources of information of time. But literally, you get a perfectly clear shot within one motion. 12 minutes of moving the moon, moving the Earth, everything's in focus, perfectly clear night, so you can see the stars. The best part is all this is lava field, so on top of Mauna Kea, this is all Kilauea's lava field. So it's erupting right now. So as it flows into the ocean, it creates steam, it creates heat. The heat is represented with purple. We don't get to see this also with our own eyes, so all this information is literally using time. The best part of why I call this a resurrection is every year I go out to the same exact spot. This took 5 years. Every year we get a supermoon. So I got 14,000 feet on elevation, closer to the equator, and the supermoon night. So those three factors are why you see the size of the moon. Now, after 5 years, when you start seeing life regrow and reform, ultimately I call it resurrection because I felt the moon was trying to resurrect life. Every year I kept going out there, I see the lava coming through, restoring the land, creating new land, but then ultimately 5 years later, life always finds a way. It comes back and regrows. That's what you see all the new vegetation. And for me, the tree was my biggest focal point. This has been a lava fire. How long is this tree going to stand there? Every year I did my shot, I didn't get it. I didn't get it right. It was too cloudy, it was too overcast. It wasn't moving right. There was something wrong. But is the tree still going to be standing the next year? So literally go out the next year. I get to this area, I look at my binoculars before I got all my gear out there, look down there and see, okay, great, the tree's there, perfect. Got all myself, hike back down and set myself up. The tree has that reach for the stars. Never give up on anything that you believe in. That's that focal point of this shot. The tree makes the shot, and for me, the tree represents strength. Never give up on anything that you believe on. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, you hold on to it and you never let go, which is for me what this tree represents, and also the circle of life. So ultimately, this is one of my favorite shots too. So.